Okay, Assalamualaikum. Sorry for that. I do not know why, but my Wi-Fi was wiped out, was stopped for a long time. But never mind, it's a good break because now we are starting the next part, right? Which is using transitional words. Not in the beginning of the sentence. Usually there are two sentences, and then after that, there's a full stop in between. Then you join the two sentences together at the center. For example, I don't like him, full stop, and then next sentence, however, comma, I still tolerated him. I don't like him, full stop. However, I still tolerated him. So when you join the two sentences together, students always do this, right? I don't like him, but I still tolerated him. See, you join two sentences together, right? But you're joining it in the middle. I don't like him, but I still tolerated him. You put the word but in the middle, right? Now, that's not what I'm talking about. I want you to start at the beginning. You join the two sentences together, but at the beginning using transitional words. So instead of I don't like him, but I still tolerated him, what does it become? It becomes despite not liking him, comma, I still tolerated him. Can you see or not? So I start the beginning of the two sentences there, not in the middle. So it adds variety. So despite not liking him, comma, I still tolerated him. Instead of starting with I, which leads to a very lame essay or composition. So you start at the beginning, variety, right? Or for example, you can start with although. Although I do not like him, comma, I still tolerate him. Can you see the difference? Even though I don't like him, comma, I still tolerate him. Can you see the difference? Right? In spite of not liking him, comma, I still tolerated him. Okay, so you can see the difference there. So by putting the transitional word at the front of the two sentences, your sentence, right, becomes better, sounds better, there's more variety. So I'm going to do a few exercises now, right? Now 7 o'clock, according to my work time, but we just carry on, right? Because we missed a lot of time just now. Let me do it. So let us see. Okay, there you are. Okay, so the first one. So for example, right? You see this example? Let me make it bigger so you can see better. Can I make it bigger? No, I can't. Okay, never mind. So you can see here, right? He was clearly exhausted is the first sentence, and then he stayed back to help clean up. He was clearly exhausted, and then he stayed back to help clean up. Is there anything wrong with the sentences? Nothing is wrong with the sentences. However, it is boring. He was, and then he stayed back, right? So how do you make it better? There are two ways. Number one is he was clearly exhausted, but he stayed back to help clean up. But you still start with he. So what do is you change it. It becomes despite being clearly exhausted, comma, he stayed back to help clean up. Or although he was clearly exhausted, comma, he stayed back to help clean up. Or in spite of being clearly exhausted, comma, he stayed back to help clean up. Can you see the difference? Right? So you can see it sounds better. Right? It sounds classier, right? More classier. Okay, second example. We had only a few minutes left. We completed the challenge. So how to put it? Using transitional word at the beginning of the sentence. Although we had only a few minutes left, we completed the challenge. Can you see that? Although we had only a few minutes left, we completed the challenge. Number three, she was not in the mood to talk. She greeted everyone politely. In spite of not being in the mood to talk, she greeted everyone politely. Instead of not being in the mood to talk, comma, she greeted everyone politely, right? Despite, in spite of, although, even though, we can use all this. Yeah? Number four, last example, right? Because there are so many. The path was muddy and slippery. We continued hiking. Okay, so we put, despite the path being muddy and slippery, comma, we continued hiking. So when you do this, right, when you write your essay sounds better. Okay, it shows better. But don't keep using despite. That's why I introduced to you despite, although. You can even use instead, right? Instead, you can instead of, right? You can use in spite of also. There are many transitional words. So let's try to do the next one. This is all the same one. Okay, Anwan, you just do a few words just to make you more familiar. I had never been to the city. I found my way around easily. So how do you do it? I give you a few seconds to think. Okay, you know, right? So although I had never been to the city, comma, I found my way around easily. Number six, he was new to the team. He contributed useful ideas. Now you try. He was new to the team. He contributed useful ideas. Use being. No, sorry. Use despite. How? Can? Okay. So what do you do? In spite of being new to the team, he contributed useful ideas. Don't forget your comma, eh? Don't forget your comma. That's the one thing you should not forget when you use these traditional words at the beginning. Okay, so number seven, they received little support. They succeeded in finishing the project. Please use, although. Try first on your own. Don't forget the comma. Okay, so although they received little support, comma, they succeeded in finishing the project. Full stop. Or you can even say, even though they received little support, comma, they succeeded in finishing the project. In this case, I cannot use instead, cannot. Despite, in spite of, although and even though. Okay, can? Alamak, this one on heartbroken. Okay, let's do this, I was heartbroken, and then I managed to smile for the photo. In spite of being heartbroken, so sad, comma, I managed to smile for the photo. So you get it right? There's so many examples I give you. You can know, So inshallah, use this inside your compositions or essays, please. Immediately, straight away. This is a simple tool to use, right? To make your language become better. Okay, so let's do some exercises. This one is nice. Okay, this one is nice. Okay, let's see. So what you're going to do is you're going to use all these traditional words, even though, or however, in order to, no sooner, not only, not only. How can they repeat not only? Only if or under no circumstances. Okay, let's try. Let's try. Mr. Kamal hasn't tried this. We are going to do together. Okay, ready? Papalam, palam. Okay, go. Number one. What are larger cars more expensive, but they also cost a lot to maintain? What are larger cars more expensive, but they also cost a lot to maintain? Okay, try to think which of these is the answer. I give you a few seconds to think. I give you 10 seconds to think. Okay, got it? Okay, so what's the answer? The answer, I think, I'm going to put here, not only. Not only are larger cars more expensive, but they also cost a lot to maintain. Right or not? Right, okay. Number two, meat from a factory is tested regularly. Give our customers the best possible quality. Okay, this one is at the middle, right? In the middle. So I think you should know the answer, right? This is quite straightforward. Which one is it? Even though, however, which one is the answer? I think it's quite obvious, right? So made from our factory is tested regularly. Of course, you want to know the answer, you substitute one by one, right? But let's just get to the answer. You can pause right before you get the answer. If you want more time to think, just pause the video. Milk from a factory is tested regularly in order to. Logical, right? Remember, if it sounds logical, that's the answer. Very simple. English is very simple. If it sounds logical, it sounds right, that's the answer. It sounds awkward. It sounds like, hey, suddenly this guy come from where? From the deep Amazon forest or what? Right? Suddenly you speak in tongues. I don't understand what you're talking about. That's not English. Then you know it's wrong. Okay. So milk from a factory is tested regularly in order to give our customers the best possible quality. It sounds nice, right? It sounds nice. Okay, number three. Had we moved in, then our neighbors started complaining about the dog. I know the answer already. Had we moved in, then our neighbors started complaining about it. See, you see the word, it comes with then, okay? Something, had we moved in, then. So what's the answer? I give you a few seconds to think, or you pause and then you find the answer later. Okay, I'm going to give you the answer now. The answer is no sooner had we moved in, then our neighbors started complaining about the dog. Right? So you can see, right? Okay, now look. Look at this. This is made of two sentences, right? Number one is we moved in, right? We moved in. And then second sentence is not long after that, our neighbor started complaining about the dog. Can you see that? So we put together, no sooner had we moved in, then our neighbor started complaining about the dog. So it's actually a combination of two sentences made to sound better. Okay, number four. All countries voted in favor of the plan, blah, 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 France. All countries voted in favor of the plan, blah, 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 France. Okay, wait. Mm, okay, so I can see the answer already. The answer is all countries voted in favor of the plan. Not only France. Okay, not only France. That means there are more. Because I tried to substitute the other answers, right? Doesn't make sense. Only the ones that is closest is not only. Okay, number five. Mama, mama, we knew who the murderer was. We enjoyed most of the film. Mhm. You can pause. I'm going to give the answer now to save time. Ready? Plopong. The answer is even though we knew who the murderer was, we enjoyed most of them. Does it make sense? Yes, Mr. Rahman, it makes sense. Then that's the answer. You substitute each one just to make sure. There's the one that sounds the most logical. That must be the answer. Like Sherlock Holmes say, right? Uh, put away all the ones that don't make sense. Just stick to the one that makes sense. Then that's the answer. The solution to the mystery. Okay, number six. Something, something, something. Must this door be left open? Must this door be left open? Substitute inside. Okay, I give you a few seconds to think. Pause now. I'm going to give you later a answer very soon. Okay, the answer. Must this door be left open? See, as Nazam said just now, right, Mr. Rahman, you're old. That means you have more experience. Of course, lah, I'm older, but that does not mean that you cannot be like me. Okay? How to be like me or some or people who are like me? Just read, read, and read. Okay, doesn't matter. Newspaper, what? The social media don't know because social media you get distracted by TikTok, etc. Right? Try to read newspaper, try to read storybooks, right? Essays, fiction, non-fiction, all types of things. Even comic books also can. The language is very high. No, the language is of very high standard. Okay, don't look down on comic books. Okay, they have very good. So only stupid people think that some comic books are stupid. Okay, now number six. Under no circumstances. That's the answer. Under no circumstances must this door be left open. Number seven. I should punish you for disobeying. I am prepared to give you another chance. Hey, oops, sorry, the answer is gone. I am prepared. I should punish you for disobeying. Sama-sama, I'm prepared to give you another chance. Okay, this one in terms of there is an error in punctuation. Actually, the answer I think should be however. Okay, however, I am prepared to give you another chance. Actually, it should be full stop here. Full stop cannot be like that. However, cannot put like this in the middle of a sentence. Okay, cannot. Or it can be used in another way. It can be used in a sentence without starting at the beginning. But in this case, cannot. It must have a full stop, then a big H, capital H. Okay, but never mind. It's okay. Number eight. Last one. Something, something, something. We book today, will we get a 50 cent, 50 cent, pula, 50% discount. Yeah, you miss out the word per becomes cent, 50-cent discount. 50% discount. Of course, the answer is obvious, right? If you eliminate all the answers, all the other answers, there's only one left, which is only if we book today. Only if we book today. Only if we book today. So you can see, right? The point is there are many transitional words, or not only that like this we discussed just now, right? Despite, although, even though, and in spite of. There are more. Even though, however, in order to, no sooner, not only, only if, and under no circumstances. Okay, so let's see whether we get all correct. Teng teng teng, Bismillah. Tong, your answer. Yeah. Oh, alamak, astagfirullahaladzim. Wrong spelling lah. Sorry. Check. Okay, one done. Okay, so, see, just one spelling mistake, and I get 88%. Yucks. Okay, so that's it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you another one, but you do it yourself. Okay, so this is the one. Look here. Try to follow the. Can you see here? I use this. Use this link, and then you do here. It's quite good also. This is also quite good. Okay, there's only 10. Come on, only 10 only. Okay, just do this. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I want you to do a composition. So number one homework is this one, right? You copy down or you type out the link. Type out the link so you get to this page. Do it. Okay, it's only 10. right? I want you to get used to it. I wish to give you more, but never mind. This is a start, okay? From now on, you remember, do not start your sentences the same way. I, he, they, we, right? Use transitional words, either at the beginning or at the or in the middle. Okay, but the best is at the beginning. It will give your sentences more curry flavor. Curry flavor. Okay, more flavor lah. Okay, more spice. Okay, now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you another one. You are supposed to do this as homework. Let me show you. Do this, please. Do this. I want you to do this. Is a very simple topic. Okay, I want you to do this one. No, 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 no. This one. Here, I give you the topic. You write. Supposed to be relaxing. So you do it. Let me open up the list of articles for you to choose from. List of teams. Team. Where's the team? There you go. Okay. So now, their question 3 to 6. I want you to do this. I want you to do this one. Let me show you. Here. This one, number 4. Describe a fictional character whom you admire. Explain what is relatable and admirable about this character. Describe a fictional character whom you admire. Explain what is relatable and admirable about this character. Okay, so now let me break it down for you. You're supposed to describe, right? Describe means you tell all the traits or characteristics of this character. Okay, just describe. Okay, for example, how do you describe? Of course, you must use all the not five senses. You must show, not tell. Okay, for example, you talk about what he looks like, what he wears or what he or she wears, right? What is the apparel or the clothing, right? Or what type of clothes does he or she wear? What physical characteristics are most visible? For example, he has a big mole on his cheek, or his forehead is like big as mine, right? Whatever it is, right? You say the hair, only one strand of hair left. Okay, you describe. That is how you describe, right? Not just in terms of physical. You must also describe in terms of the characteristics, as in the values. Is he a nice person? Is he a villain? Is he a hero? What kind of values does he uphold? Is he honest? Is he dishonest? I mean, if you admire someone, then you should be all the positive characteristics, right? Honest, kind, generous, strong, etc. Likes to help people, etc. You describe. Now, interestingly, people always think that if it's a fictional character, then it must be what? It must be from literature, right? Literature, for example, you say, oh, it must be book based, right? Like it must be a character inside a book. No, because you just say a fictional character. It can be someone on screen. It can be from the movie theater, a movie that you saw, right? So don't delimit your understanding, because it doesn't say fictional character doesn't mean that it comes from books only. You can contest this. If your sir says, hey, no, I'm talking about book, then you should say fictional character from fiction, from written fiction, right? From written fiction. This is not fictional character. Fiction means it's not real. Anything can be not real, right? For example, from the screen, right? Star Wars movie, etc. Those are all fictional characters. You can actually choose one. Eh? I'm trying to break it down for you, so I want to for you to define properly. Now explain what is relatable and admirable. Admirable is very easy, right? Admirable, you say, oh, because he is very brave. Oh, he's very honest. Yeah, he's not stingy, etc. What is relatable? What is relatable? That is the key point, and that's the one that will give the most marks. Because relatable means how do you relate to the character? What does it remind you of about yourself? Right? Like you look in the mirror, do you see the character? Right? Or you want to be like the character? For example, you say, oh, the character is very kind. I'm not kind, right? I see myself, I'm not as kind as the character. I aspire to be. I want to be like the character, right? So that's how you get more marks. You relate, empathy, right? So you wish that you were like that. Of course, you cannot be like that, right? Because it's fictional. You know, that one is perfection, right? So you cannot be like that, but you try to aspire. At the end, right? For me, in the end, I know it's fictional, but still I can aspire to be like that. But why not? And why not? Right? So I want you to do this. So remember, do it in terms of the flow, right? Describe the physical and then the internal characteristics. Right? Number two is what is relatable? How do you see yourself inside? And then what do you admire about the character? So there are three parts you must know. Remember, it's a fictional character whom you admire. If you write about a villain, then you say you don't like the character, goodbye, fail, immediate failure. Okay, so relatable and admirable. Okay, That's it, eh? So that's your homework today. Number one is that just those 10 questions, right? Very easy to do. I think about less than 10 minutes. And then this one don't take more than 50 minutes. 350 and 500. Remember your planning. Planning important. Okay, planning, not more than 10 minutes. Then after that, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes for every paragraph. Okay? Can? Okay, so please do it. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.